There is about to be a pop quiz. I am switching these around my back. Which one of these Birkins is fake? Stay tuned and I'll tell you. This one here on the left is my beloved Birkin from 2008, the year I graduated from medical school. This Birkin is from my dear friend Ellie, who went on a total saga of an escapade trying to find out if this Birkin was real. She had been gifted it by her grandmother, and it didn't come with any papers, it didn't come with a receipt, and she took to TikTok to ask the TikTok Hermes experts if they thought this bag was real or not. I was tagged in several of her videos, and I said, girl, it doesn't look real to me. And unfortunately, she had it authenticated, paid $200 to have it authenticated, and the authentication came back that it was sadly not real. So we are going to go over these two bags because Ellie was kind enough to mail me this bag so that I could make this comparison video for you guys. So just from the outset, looking at these, maybe if you didn't have the bags side by side, to the untrained eye, this might look real to you, but to the trained eye, it's a no. So just by picking up these two bags, this one is considerably heavier than this one. I know you guys can't feel it, but a real Hermes bag is at least a pound. I mean, this is a heavy bag. This is Togo leather, which is calf skin. It does have some slouch to it, and it weighs a considerable amount, especially in this size, which is a Birkin 35. This, right when I pick it up, it's a little too light. Now looking from the side, you can see that both of the bags have a little bit of slouch to them, but this one pooches out a little bit, and it just looks off to me. Now, in this one, even though this stamp is over 15 years old, you can see that it's very crisp, it's not tilted, and it's closer to the top than to the bottom. Now, if you look at this, the position of it is actually fine, but it's a little faint, and the lettering just isn't crisp. Then if you look at the leather itself, even though this bag is almost 20 years old and I have used it, it has been on several airplanes, shoved under the seat, all sorts of things, the leather is still in really good condition because that's the thing about Hermes handbags. They last a really long time. On this one, I don't know if you can see, but on the sangles here, the leather is deteriorating and you can see the sliver of brown underneath. That will never ever happen to a real Hermes handbag. Now moving on to the handles. Do you see how these handles are very upright and straight? The handles should never slouch, even though the bag can slouch. With these handles, they're kind of tilting forward, and the thickness and width of the handles is not correct. They're too wide. So that is a dead giveaway. And now we'll move on to the hardware. These are called pontettes, and this is where the sangles or the arms of the Birkin rest in its closed position. Most of the time the Birkin is carried open and these are left free. These are way too wide. If you measure the distance between these two metal pieces, it's way too wide compared to the real Birkin. Next, we're gonna talk about the clochette, which is the little leather piece that houses the keys. Now, if somebody on TikTok would have just showed me this, I could have called it fake from the very beginning. First of all, they do not have a little key ring like that, and they have a number, not 3 random circles. And they all have a 3-digit number. And this one has 3 random circles, and these keys, they're just very light and they don't feel substantial to me. This is the real one, and you'll notice that the number here on the key, in this case 101, should match the number on the bottom of the lock, in this case, again, 101. And of course, it should go without saying that your key should open the lock of your bag, and you should be able to remove the lock and store it if you do not wish to carry it on your Birkin. Now we're gonna move on to the inside of the bag. You can see that as with all Birkins, there is one pouch in the front that does not have a zipper and another pouch in the back that does have a zipper. The funny thing about the zipper is that it should have a H stop on the end. And the counterfeiters have gotten pretty good because most of the counterfeit bags I see these days also have an H stop at the end. This H, the middle part of it, is way too thick. And let's go back and compare this H just so you guys can see what the real one looks like. And also the zipper here should say Hermes on it, like here. And you can see that on this bag, the zipper pull has the H in a circle, which is not correct. You will see on the inside of the bag that the flap on the fake bag here is suede on the inside or unfinished. And Hermes never does suede on the inside of a bag unless it's a special limited edition bag. The inside of the bag is usually in a leather called chev, which is goat skin. And that's what this one is. It is not in suede. And they also did it on the interior of the zippered pocket on the back. It should not be this kind of leather on the inside. It should be smooth goat skin leather, just like this one. So all in all, those are just a few of my tricks for how to distinguish a non-authentic Birkin from an authentic Birkin. There are more tricks, but I can't tell you everything in this video. So if you guys want more Hermes knowledge, I need you to subscribe to my channel and comment below what other purse knowledge questions you have for me.